I'm okay? All right. I really don't know where to start. So I just want to, I'm going to just introduce, look, I don't want to step on the rug. I don't like stepping on white rugs, you know what I'm saying? My name is Nikita Watley, and I'm the owner of Kitty's Custom Cleaning. That was my first business. And I have other businesses subsequently. And what I'll do, I'll just start out with how I started. That right there. How I started was, I was an underwriter at Bank of America.
Okay.
I was sick of being an underwriter. I was sick of corporate America. I'm just being honest. I was tired of being told what I had to do, when I had to do it, how I had to do it, all the overtime, how much time I spent there. You can't really spend time with your family. Then my daughters were older. They were getting older. So now they're both in college. And I just kind of felt like I was stuck there, but I needed to move. And I didn't know what it was, but it's like my time had passed. You know how you ever been doing something and you know that your time has passed, but you can't figure out what the next step is, and you're like, what is it? And I just knew that era of my life had passed. Okay. My daughters they didn't need the insurance from me anymore. Mm-hmm. I could basically kind of move on. And then, just tell me how it happened, I was dating this guy, and I was dating him, and he would work out of town. And I had a key to his house. So when he would come back, before he would get back, I would clean his house. One day he said, baby, you clean my house so much, how about I pay you? I said, okay. And that was like a phone call like 6 in the morning. That's a good idea, because I do go over there and clean so that when I get there, I can be comfortable. And then the next day he would get his son, because he had joint custody of his son. So I went, laid back down, I woke back up. I said, you know what? Maybe cleaning is something I can do, and I can tell people about it. Mm-hmm. And he said, you know what, when I get home, I'm going to buy you a phone. And it was just a little flip phone. And to this day, my business has that exact same number. Mm-hmm. That was in 2014. And then from there, I started telling people about me cleaning. So I would underwrite during the day, and I would go clean in the afternoons, and then I would clean at night, and then I would clean on the weekends. And then it started growing. Then my sister graduated from FAM, and she was trying to find a job. So what she would do is, while I was underwriting during the day, I would send her out to do houses during the day, and then I would do houses at night. And then it came to a point where it was like, I started realizing a lot of people wanted their houses clean while they weren't there. Mm-hmm. So I started having to turn down jobs, because if one person is cleaning a house, it's cool, but you can get tired. You know what I mean? So if I'm having her clean these houses by herself, the quality won't be as high. You get what I'm saying? So now Bank of America is getting in the way, because I could actually get more business if I wasn't there during the day. And so I had to make the decision eventually over time, you know what I mean, was I going to stay? And I had told my manager Tom, I'll never forget him. You know how you have those annual reviews, it was in December. And I told him, I said, hey, in June, I think I'm going to be leaving to do my own cleaning business. And he said, okay, just let me know, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm cleaning, doing what I'm doing. And I remember one girl specifically said, you going to leave the bank to clean toilets? Like she downgraded what I was doing. Because literally I am cleaning toilets. But cleaning toilets is dignified work, and every toilet needs to be cleaned. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that kind of, at first it made me feel a little bad, like cleaning was beneath a lot of people. First of all, if you're a woman and you're not cleaning your toilet, you got a problem right there.
Yeah. Amen.
So you're trying to downplay me for doing what I'm doing. And so in February, I was riding, I was stuck on the Buckman Bridge. And Steve Harvey, I was on my way to work. Steve Harvey Jump came on. I had no idea that it was a pre-recorded thing. None. So I'm sitting stuck on the Buckman Bridge, and he was saying, at some point in your life, you have to jump. You're going to get the bruises. You're going to get all this. Y'all can look it up on YouTube. Just look up Steve Harvey Jump. I called my sister, and I said, this going to be it. My sister worked at the bank too. I said, this gonna be it. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna resign. Mind you, I ain't telling about it. Do it how I did it. I ain't have no money. I ain't had no backup. But what it did was, I had just got out of divorce. With my divorce, I lost everything. It's all good. With my divorce, I had to move back in with my mom. But because I had to move back in with my mom, I was in that back room from where I grew up at, which made my bills minimal. With that divorce thing and losing all that stuff, and you had a house, and now you over here living with your mama, it made me sad. I don't want to say depressed. Because I remember telling my sister one day, I said, dang, I think I'm depressed. And she said, well, Kiki, if you depressed, most people who depressed don't know they depressed. You know what I mean? You probably just sad. But that made my bills minimal. And so my daughters were adults now and kind of, self-sufficient. I ain't gonna say 100%, but doing better. They didn't need me like that. And it was just like the ideal. It was like, if you don't do it now, God just spoke to you. He spoke to you through that radio and said, do it. And I walked in, went to my computer, pulled up a resignation letter. The first resignation letter I pulled up was somebody leaving corporate America to do their own winery. All I had to do was change the names. That was like God right there. So I changed the names, and I said, Tracy, I'm going to send it. Because they have an instant messenger thing that we had at Bank of America. And I sent it. And Tom come running out the office. He's like, I thought you said in June. I said, Tom, if I don't now, I'm going to be putting off what I already need to do, what I already know I need to do, and I might not even do it. Because I'm scared as HE double hockey sticks right now. I was so nervous, y'all. So nervous. But he let me go, and he gave me 2 weeks worth of pay. So that helped me a little bit, you know what I mean? And it's the thing, y'all. At that time, they were doing layoffs. I had been working there for a good while. They would lay people off around me, and I'm telling you, I'm at my desk. I know I'm not meeting my quota. I was like, looking at me. I remember one time my manager got escorted off. I'm like, I know I ain't making my quota. I'm answering the phone too much, and I really don't care. They would not lay me off. But had they laid me off, I would have had a severance package. Had I had a severance package, I might not have had that go get it to do what I needed to do. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So God didn't want them to lay me off because he needed to put fire under me so that when I got out of there, I know I got to make it happen because I don't have but one more paycheck. Mm-hmm. But if I'd have got the severance, I probably kind of get a little lazy, wouldn't have picked up the books, wouldn't have had that oomph. You know what I mean? I'm going to just vacation for a little bit and I'm going to figure it out. Mm-hmm. So that's how Kitty's Custom Cleaning started. Just off of that. When I started, I'm going to tell y'all, most women who were entrepreneurs were realtors and hairdressers. YouTube wasn't big. Google wasn't big. There was like no mentorship, no help. I'm just finding stuff in the wind, making mistakes, doing better, figuring it out, this, and this. That's why I love things like this. Because now you have it where you can actually talk to people and figure it out. Mentorship is one of the things that truly, 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 truly helped my business. And if I'm just going to be honest, this thing is hard. This thing is like, if I would have known that it was going to be this difficult, and I'm not saying, I don't want to say difficult, I don't want to scare anybody off, but if I'd have known that it was going to take as much as it takes, my fear probably wouldn't have let me do it. You have to transform into the person that can handle what happens. Like, for instance, it's going to go off of that. Wednesday night, I own a car rental business. One of my cars broke down. So I leave the gym, I sit down, everything going good, I'm relaxing. Call, hey, car broke down. I'm like, oh, it's dark, I'm tired. I had to go get the girl, and fortunately, everything was right there kind of near me. But I had to get up about 10 o'clock at night, go get the girl. My brother does my towing. I called him. He sounded like he was asleep. I said, you know what? The car broke down. I ain't going to get that car towed and leave that thing on the side of the road. What are you going to do? Steal a broke down car? You know what I'm saying? But I had to get up in the middle of the night, go get her, take her home, do a vehicle swap in the middle of the night. It was just a lot of stuff. Then I wake up Thursday morning knowing all the stuff that I got to do. So I'm doing it. I'm doing the vehicle swap. I'm talking to the girl. I'm getting my brother over there. Blah, blah, blah. Y'all, I had my gym bag. I had the trash. I had my water bottle. I leaves out of my apartment and the door shuts. As soon as the door shuts, I ain't have my purse, which had my keys to my car. So now my brother is down there with the car, getting ready to tow it, but I don't even have the keys to the car because they stuck in the thing. I have a spare key to my apartment, but it's inside the van. It was 8:11. I said, okay, I'm going to go to the leasing office. I walk over to the leasing office. They open up at 9 o'clock. So now I'm just standing there with all these people waiting on me. And then I had a doctor's appointment. We had somebody in one of our Airbnbs, and they had a dog, and we had a check out and immediately check in. So I'm coordinating, trying to get this carpet cleaned before 3 o'clock because they weren't supposed to have a dog, but they did have a dog. So I'm working on that, and I'm doing the tour road, talking to my one lady with my cleaning business who's waiting on her raise. But the raise don't take effect until Monday. You know what I mean? It's just a lot that it takes. And so you have to develop into the person that can handle it. You know what I mean? Sometimes they make entrepreneurship look really nice and soft life. You know what I mean? And easy, and you can do this, and you don't have to do all of this work. But it could be a lot. It's a lot that's very well worth it. Because when I was underwriting them loans, that was a lot. But it wasn't worth it. It didn't have an end game. I could retire at 65 and I don't know, you know what I mean? But that's just my story. But I wanted to add, if you have some questions, those will help me out. I can help you, let's do a Q&A session because those pull me out a little more.
Yeah. So I love your story. Now, I didn't hear all of it, but the part that touches me the most is that you have multiple businesses going at one time. And I was in the mortgage industry for several years. Mm-hmm. I was laid off recently. And I am interested in, beyond the cleaning business, what led you down the path of the additional businesses? They sound complementary, but what led you down the path of the additional businesses?
You said it. Exactly. What led me down the path was they are complementary. So what I learned is most businesses, they're all the same at the root. You get your LLC, you get your business bank account, you get you some clients. What I was doing was I was cleaning vacation rentals. And when I cleaned the vacation rentals, I looked that vacation rental up on Airbnb or VRBO, and I'm saying, well, dang, they paying me this, but they're making this. Because you can just, if you clean a vacation rental, you just find the link, and most owners have the link somewhere. So you find the link, you click on the link, and you look at the daily rate, and you're like, they paying me to clean it. So what I did was I started getting interested in vacation rentals, me and my sister. And somebody was offering a vacation rental mentorship. And they were offering a Turo mentorship. So what we did was we paid the $500 for each class, and we took it. And that taught us how to do vacation rentals. And it taught us how to do rental cars. My brother already had a car wash. So the rental cars, the car wash ended up complementing the rental cars. Mm-hmm. And then my brother knows like a lot of maintenance and brake pads and all that kind of stuff. The cleaning ended up doing with the vacation rentals. So we ended up, so now like with a vacation rental, let's say somebody in one right now, they pay, let's just say they pay $500. They pay $500 and they pay a cleaning fee. So I get the $500 because I own it, and then my other business get the cleaning fee. So it complementary each other. Yeah. And that's one thing you can do when you own a business. Like my daughter, she has a salon and she does it's called Kitty Braids by Mo. But she specializes in ages 2 to 12. Well, she realized a lot of people didn't have time to take their daughter's hair loose. So she started offering the service to take the hair loose. It's like find a need, provide a service. And it don't have to be rocket science. You know, most of the time it's find a need, provide a service. She realizing that they're struggling trying to get it in time to take the hair loose, they wash the hair to get it to her. How she can upsell them is take it loose herself, wash it, and then braid it. That's that much more income. And that makes the parents' life a little easier. Because I would have wished that the person back in the day when I used to get their hair braided would have did that service. Because I got my daughters are 12 months and 3 weeks apart. So that's a lot of hair to do all the time. And I'm glad that the person was braided, but if they'd offered that service, I'd have sent them there early and just paid for it. So just look into different things, what you have and what you can complement on.
How did you overcome the fear of your market being oversaturated and not feeling like you were going to rise to the top?
What I did is I look at it like this. On Dunn Avenue, you have churches, you have Popeyes, you have Kentucky Fried, you have Hooks. All of them sell chicken. It's enough out there to just do it. You find your way and you just go ahead on and do it. Sometimes what happens is we'll get so based in our fear, it's too many people doing this, it's too many people doing that we don't even concentrate on how to make the business work. Just concentrate on how to make the business work, not how many other people are out there in your competition.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Just focus on how to make it. And I'm going to tell y'all, one thing that I've learned, once I decided to say, okay, I'm going to take mentorships. Mentorships is what truly catapulted. Like when the pandemic hit. The pandemic hit in, 2020? In 2020, we only had Kitty's Custom Cleaning, and my brother had Kitty's Custom Cuts, which is a lawn service. I invested into a good amount into a mentorship. That mentorship taught me so much. And then we would have read books that we had to read, podcasts that we had to listen to. But investing into that is what made me start thinking, because she said it. She said, find a need, provide a service. Your business could probably do this and this. You have to expand and just think about it. But that was two businesses. Now that's cleaning and lawn care. Now you have car rental, vacation rental, the car wash, the braids, something else, the massage, credit. Yeah, you have these other businesses, but those are just it was two LLCs, and you just start. The mentorships is what really helped. Like when I'm in my car, forget the radio.
Correct.
Forget the radio. Turn on a podcast. YouTube is free. Anything you want, look it up. It's on you. Just Google it. It'll go to YouTube. It'll go to Google. Whatever you need. Read your books. If the last time you read a book was the last time you read a book, you behind. And I'm not talking about a book like let me tell y'all, the best book I love in the world is Color Purple. I love the book, The Color Purple. But that's not going to help me.
Right.
Read books that really help you. Like right now, I should have bought my bag in here. I'm reading a book. Anybody do me a favor? Look under the table, that table with the black tablecloth, and bring me that pink bag on it. But I'm reading a book called Boss Moves by Myron Golden, and it's Business Optimization Success Secrets. That book is an easy read, but when I tell you, I sit there and I got notes after notes after notes after notes. And the book is outside. That's why I asked her to bring the book. Bring the bag, because I have the book. But books help. But I'm just going to be honest. Most books I read are on Audible. Because I don't have time to sit down at night. My thing is, some people are like, I like to feel the book. I like the information. I know if I said it, I'm just going to sit down every night and read. It ain't going to happen. Then I'm behind because I didn't read. You know what I mean? I get tired.
Who was the book by?
Oh, here you go. I'm going to bring it right here.
Myron Golden.
Myron Golden. I got it right here. It's the book. I'll go now, come. It's this book right here. And look him up on YouTube. He is awesome. And all of his stuff is Bible-based.
And it's called
False Moves.
Myron Golden.
Myron Golden. You can go to his YouTube page right now. You can find it. Baby. But you will learn so much. Like he even has a YouTube on how to learn. He says what you do is you read the book. Don't try to write. He said when you're reading something, don't try to write notes. Just read it. Gather it just to get it in for kind of having comprehension. Then go back a second time and read it for true comprehension. Because you know a lot of times what we're trying to do is like we did in school. We're trying to read the book, and as we're catching the chapter, we're trying to write this, and so we're trying to ingest so much that we get nothing. So just take the time. What I did was this book I have on audiobook. He sells it on Spotify on audiobook. So I listen to it while I go walking. So I listened to it twice. Then I sit down and actually write my notes, which is like, let me tell y'all something here. This is Tuesday night. Monday and Tuesday. I didn't Wednesday because I didn't have a chance. I had to go get that car that was broke down. And this is not the whole book. This is page 14 through 36. Beginning is kind of, it's not slow, but the beginning I kind of had it already. But this is just no, and I write the page where the page came from. That's how I know it's page 14 through 36. It has that much stuff in it that is just awesome. So that's a book that I recommend. I truly do.
What's the name of that one?
It is, oh, this is the same book. Oh, it's just notes. This is the same book. Boss Moves, Myron Golden. Read it. And all of us are not on this, like, I'm telling you, when I read a book sometimes, I'm not the one that's like a speed reader. I'm not that girl that's just going to comprehend and catch it all. So you read, do whatever it takes for you to get the information. If you have to listen to it on Audible, if you have to read it, if you have to read it slow, however, there's nobody judging you. The main thing is to get the information. And this is just one that I truly recommend. All right, some other questions. Comments.
I have Mary Kay business.
Okay. Now,
This is my third round,
yes, ma'am.
and I've been in it this year 3 years.
Uh-huh.
But I don't see it going anywhere, and people tease me because they say you're a people person. You ran your own daycare, you recruited parents, you recruited children, you taught school. Why is it that you can't recruit customers? Well, I had a database of customers, but people are only going to buy things so many times a month or so many times.
And Mary Kay lasts a while.
And it lasts, right. But like my director said, when you are in the store and you're talking to someone, or you're in the doctor's office and you're talking, give them a business card and all. Well, I do that, but it doesn't seem to. I don't know whether I'm not doing it correctly. Or it just isn't catching, or I get disgusted and I don't do it anymore.
With Mary Kay, one thing if I remember correctly, I knew somebody used to do it. They don't allow you to like utilize social media.
You can, but it's a certain way you can use it.
And that's the thing. They confine you.
Yes.
I don't like to be confined. If I'm gonna sell this product, I'm gonna sell this product.
Now you can advertise.
Yes.
And we do have our website.
Like maybe you can do facials on live.
Right, we do that.
Yeah.
But then
Do you do it? That part.
yeah, that's my part.
Like if y'all look right here, this is the reason I use social media. First of all, it's free.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. I got my phone. Sorry, y'all. That's all good. It's free. So what I try to do is I try to post 3 times a day.
Okay.
You have to. Is it about the goal or is it about that's a lot? Which one more important? The goal. That's like exercising. Is it about the goal or is this just hard? It's about the goal. When it comes to our goals, we have to do whatever it takes. I had to learn to post 3 times a day. Once you get content, then you can start reusing it. But if you're not willing to do it, is more important than the goal. And I can't make it. I'm just telling you what it takes. Yeah. So it's about the goal. Not that I'm crazy about it, but at the end of the day, when I want to go to Jamaica, I want to go to Jamaica.
Yeah.
So if I got to post on here 3 times a day to try to get these people in, if I got to come in, I got to talk. Like today is my gym day. Normally I go to the gym from 8:15 to about 10:30 because I take 2 classes.
Okay.
But I want to get to know the people and talk to the people and help other people. Because in essence, it helps me. So when you look at your posting as helping other people, because that's what it does, it helps them. First of all, it helps them come to me, and it helps them. And it's about the goal. So sometimes we'll take stuff for granted, and you'll have a lot of content. It's my daughter that started telling me that. She said, Mama, you do so much. You got all this content, but nobody knows it. Mm-hmm. You need to start posting 3 times a day. You need to get on TikTok. You're on Instagram, but you don't use it, and you got your Facebook page. Okay. I like TikTok. But it is what it is. The app is free.
And that's like with me now. I don't believe in selling anything I don't like. I use Mary Kay to the grave. I told them when they come up with a toothpaste, I can stop buying toothpaste. When they come up with deodorant, I can stop buying deodorant.
What?
I bathe with Mary Kay. I lotion with Mary Kay.
This is what you do. You see how you talking to me about Mary Kay? I'm sure your Facebook page is full of people that are almost just like you.
Testimonials.
You sit up there and you tell it on Facebook. You just go live and you say, I use Mary Kay and this and this and this and this, and people will start seeing it because you believe in your product.
Right.
So let them see that you believe in your product.
Okay.
And it's free. It don't cost a dime.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Just try it, see what happens, because it didn't cost you nothing. You're already paying the phone bill,
That's right.
and the app free. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Most of the time, it's just finding ways to overcome obstacles. And that's life. Finding ways. Like, okay, I read a book, and it's by Simone Blair Walker. The book was How Can I Win? So what I do is, when things come around, I always ask myself, how can I make this happen? Because a lot of times people come to you and they'll tell you they got a problem and they'll tell you 5 reasons why they can't solve the problem. When you only needed 1 reason why you can't solve the problem, but you can think of 5. What I want you to do is you come back to me and you say, how can I make this happen? That makes you think. It's about our thought processes. So when you start trying to figure out ways, how can I make this happen? It retrains your mind and retrains your mindset to become a person that can try to overcome obstacles. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, you know, I say, hey, I want to go to Jamaica. Okay, y'all, let me tell you what I want to do. In 2025, I want to go to San Luis, Jamaica. I want to stay in the bungalow with the heart. That's the heart-shaped bungalow. When you leave in Jamaica and you fly off from Montego Bay, before you can get in the air good, you look down and you see it. And I was like, oh, I want to stay there. Y'all, let me tell you something. I had my travel agent price it last month. A trip for 2. That thing was like almost $12,000. You pay $2,500 down, and then you can make your monthly payments. Not that I even had it. I had it. But I said, you know what? I'm just going to ask this lady. Once I get it in my mind how much it could be, now it'll start making my actions work towards it. It's like a vision board almost. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you write stuff down and put it out there, and then you start going towards it, and then you'll watch how God will just start pulling stuff around. Yes. And you're like, how did it even happen? You know what I mean? Just find ways to make it happen. Come on.
Like you, I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you keep hope alive? Like, it has to get tiring. It has to get draining. Other than, like, the sandals thing.
Let me tell you something. Y'all, last November that just passed, from about the second week in November till about mid-December, I went through it bad, where I didn't want to do them no more. I was overwhelmed. I remember I take a mentorship, and she had us these questions and stuff that we needed to answer. It was like, what's your long-term goal? What's your short-term goal? I dang near cried because I couldn't answer the questions. And it was because I felt so overwhelmed. I was trying to figure my way out of the businesses. Like, literally, I sat down and was trying to figure out, how I can cut everything back. I can get rid of this because all my businesses and was just overwhelmed. And then I felt like I didn't have a love life. I was just in a bad funk, a bad funk. And that's why I tell people about it now. And then I was just going through it. I had to literally sit down and write down every single business I had. Wrote them all down and wrote down what goes on, how it works, this, and this. And I had to go in and revamp everything. Pull out what I could outsource. See what was just fat and I really didn't need to do. And I had to do that with every business. And that was November, December that just passed. A lot of people didn't know I was going through that, but I was. My brothers and sisters knew. Because I told them, I was like, I'm tired of this. It was just, it can be so overwhelming. So I literally had to sit down and figure it out. Like write them all out and take my time. What's that? What could be outsourced? What could I change? What can I take from step 1 to step 4? Which took a lot of time, but I'm actually feeling it now. So it's no one way to do it. It's just trying to figure out how to get through it. Because what happens with entrepreneurs is many of us, we may be the only one in our family. And you don't have nobody. You don't have anybody to go to. And other people, they'll mean well, but they don't know where you are. And they might be like, girl, if I was you, I just go get me a job. That way I can have me some money. And that, you know what I mean? But they're only giving you what they know. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jesus, that I have my family. Everybody's an entrepreneur. So I have them to talk to. And we call it, like in a book, they call it a mastermind group. A mastermind group is a group of people who are like-minded and can help each other. But it was my sister Tracy who really, really helped me through that thing because I was done. Like, done. I was like sad. And it was a lot. You know what I mean? But just sit down and just figure it out and work through it. And if you need to call somebody, if you need to join a mentorship group, because I have a mentorship group, Rising CEO. First meeting is April 11th. I have that paper right there. But I take a mentorship group. I take one every Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, I'm on a Zoom call with a group of entrepreneurs, and that helps me through it. Because like I said, sometimes it's not just about the work. Like how you'll just be done. It'll be hard. And then some days you might have money, some days you don't have nothing. So now you have to become the person that can figure it out and find your leads and try to call these people and text all these people to try to get some income coming in. You have to.
Yeah. How do you handle, and what would be the recommendations for the financial part of it? Mm-hmm. You know, like tracking it, business expenses, just.
Yeah. That's a difficult one, but it's not hard. I mean, it's not impossible. That's the one. Because every business needs its own LLC, which means its own bank account. And they don't need to mix. So what can get and I do have a CPA. My CPA does keep my books, he keeps my P&L, all of that, my profits and loss, all of that kind of stuff. But what you learned is, just like every child has a social and they're a separate person, don't mix that money up. Because then it'll start becoming so much. Like, let me show y'all something. Hold on. I'm coming. Oh, my purse. Look. Some people they don't. I have 4 check registers that I carry with me for the 4 main businesses that I use. Because everything has a different bank account and has to be kept separate. So some people check register are old style, but I don't have time to go and I'm using my debit card. Okay. I'm using my debit card to do all of this stuff. Then I have to wait to go home to try to sort it all out. 4 registers, and I got the kind that use the debit card and not the loan ones, so they can fit in a small wallet. 4 registers for 4 business. So if I buy gas for the cleaning cars, I have to write it down in here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I do something, if I'm at the airport and I need to get a car out of the parking garage, I immediately write it down out of here. And then this is for the Airbnb, and this is for the mentorship. Boom. And what I did, I was using them, but then I got tired of the big wallet. So I just went to the ones that do the debit cards. Okay. Hold on, this baby had one. Come on.
So I've had multiple businesses since I was 14.
Uh-huh.
But it's like I've never been. As I got older, I was just like, okay, I don't want to do it anymore. But now I have like a business plan. Like I wrote out my business plan for what I want to do. But it's like, okay, where do I go after that?
Yeah. What you do the business plan.
I did it. Well, okay. I
Do
know,
the
like,
work. That's all I can say. You got the plan.
That's what I'm saying. Like as far as like funding and like stuff like that. 'Cause
What I'm just gonna tell you with funding, most businesses they're not getting out business loans, y'all. The last business loan they gave me, the only business I ever had was when COVID came, and Trump gave us them EIDL loans. That's the only ones I ever really had. I done had some business credit cards, but when you have a new business, just like a child, you got to develop. They not go because businesses are higher risk, and what a lot of people will try to do is they'll try to use business credit to overcome their bad personal credit. But business credit runs off of your personal credit, so they're going to do a personal guarantee. When they look at your personal credit, if it ain't good, they're not going to give you business credit. And right now rates are high and people are tight, so they're not really giving it out. So you just have to find ways to make it happen. That's why I say I do a lot of, like, you don't see me with nails on. You see me with my natural hair. It's because it's certain things I can't afford. And then, like me, I'll just be honest. Nails usually impress women. They never really impress me. As long as your feet are done, the men good.
Child, you've been talking to my husband.
That's the truth, though. Men not that complicated. So I never talk to a guy that said, "Oh, your nails not done." Now he look at your feet. So you have to look at what you may be overspending on, and you have to be willing to make these sacrifices on different things. Like, are nails really that important? Not really. I'm still cute.
Just maybe.
You know.
Well, okay, so my mom, like, I don't know, I just feel like,
And you got time. Just get it. Just
I know,
start.
but like, I feel like I like to invest into myself because if you're selling a business, they're not gonna, if you do makeup or you do hair or whatnot, and your hair isn't done, they're gonna look
Not
at you
mine
like,
if you're
I
in
don't
the
want to
beauty
come to
industry.
you.
Okay.
You look a mess.
I get it. It depends on your
depends on what
industry.
you're doing.
You got to remember, I have a cleaning company. Number one, I have a clean house with nails.
Exactly.
And then I do rental cars and vacation rentals and stuff like that. So it doesn't really matter with the outward. You know, you don't want to look raggedy, but certain stuff don't matter. Well, somebody do me a favor. Go out to that table and get me those little business cards out there. Thank you. It's like 3 cents.
So do you work?
Oh, come on.
Yes, I work at a daycare.
So start putting like $50, $25, whatever in an account
Yeah.
separate for your business. And when you're ready to launch it, you will have
let me get
some
back.
money.
All right, let me go to her right quick. Come on, Coach Michelle. And read it.
Oh my God! Okay, so for new businesses, if you can't afford an accountant or someone who does money, go and do a consultation with them.
Yeah.
And Waves, WAVES.com
Thank you.
is an accounting platform that you can connect your bank account to, and it is user friendly. You can scan in your receipts.
Everybody,
You can
Pass
scan
it
in your receipts, and it'll help you keep track
Yeah.
of your money.
and what you can do too is, the reason I have to have the account, because we might have multiple businesses. I just start out with one. The main thing is, be cognizant of your bank account. Like I said, how I do. I go through there and write that thing down and know that each business has its own thing. And if you need to pay yourself personally, right now, just transfer from your business check into your personal check. If it's a personal thing that you need to pay, just do it like that for now until you get off the ground. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't making a whole bunch right now, it ain't no need to stress over that part. The main part is try to get the money. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Thank you.
You're welcome.
my
You're
question
welcome.
is, I don't know how to get paid for what I do. So it's not like a service, because I work with kids, so it's not their parents. You know, like I work with their parents on the side, but it's mostly just we're working with kids that everybody casts aside.
Okay.
I do that for free. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna leave no baby out. Like, this is.
But you still have to charge your value. And what you may need to do is just try to find a way to do some market research. Because at the end of the day, what you're doing is valuable. What that saying says, we get charged for the value. We can charge for the value that we bring to the market and never undervalue yourself. You get what I'm saying? And what'll happen is the cheap people will be like, ain't, but you outprice them. Now you got to worry about the cheap people because the cheap people will be your worst customers anyway.
They will.
They will.
But those are the kids I want. I want the kids where the parents don't got, like, the parents don't really have nothing. Like, they struggling. Like, I want those kids.
But that you still got to pay your bills.
Yeah.
JDA they don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody else had
And
something.
that sounds like a ministry, not a job.
Maybe.
That's what she said. I'm sorry.
All right. Who else has something?
Oh, I want it.
I heard
Oh.
that you said you had to figure out what you could do and what you couldn't do, and what you could outsource. So would you outsource the higher end or the lower end?
I basically outsourced the stuff that wasn't my ministry. Wasn't what I could. I know I can get it done good without me having to really. That's just not my thing. You know what I mean? Like as far as
That's a strength.
like with my payroll, my sister does the payroll because I don't really have time to sit down and do the payroll. So they turn their time sheets into her. She does the payroll. I pay them. She just said, this is how much they owe. This is how much you pay them, blah, blah, blah. She keeps up with the year to date. She writes the checks, and that's on her. And then I pay her to do it. That's like something like with cleaning your house. Sometimes you have to just realize the value. I may come clean your house, but I just save you 4 hours that you can spend time with your family.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But I thank everybody. And this was very enjoyable. I needed this. I really, really did. So I thank y'all.
I want y'all to make sure you get her information. She has her books available.
Oh, I do have my books out there too.
What's up, y'all? It's Mr. Ernest Krim III, your favorite Black History teacher. Welcome to day 16 of 29 Black History Facts You